All right, guys, here's what we're going to do. We're going to have a great adventure. I'm parked here in the wash, or the wash, you might say, if you're not from the Washington, D.C. area. And we're going to go on a hike up to some Indian ruins, what I think is Indian ruins, way up there. Now, that is going to be a monster climb for us. But I was looking at it on Google Earth, and right on the very top, I think, are some Indian ruins. Now, these are ruins that could be 1,000 years old. Would have been like stone buildings. And there's something up there that reminds me of two eyes looking out. And I am just so fascinated with that I have to go check that out. So we're going for a hike this afternoon. And hopefully it won't rain while we're up there because we're in the wash. And if it does, our truck is gone. So it's going to take me us a long time to get up there. It is a long hike. It's like 1 o'clock already in the afternoon, so we don't have a lot of time, so we're going to have to hustle. But I do want to tell you one thing, though, as it pertains... God, cat claw. As it pertains to this. Well, I'll say the story until we get up there just a little bit higher. Let me get a little higher, and we'll take a break. I'll tell you a story about a rattlesnake that almost got Mr. Jiggles. That's me, by the way. Whew. All right, so we're getting closer. That's where we're going, the tippity top up there. And I'm probably a tenth of the way. Already out of breath. So let me tell you the story about what happened. Okay, I don't know if you watch my videos, and if you do, you may have already seen what I'm going to tell you about, but I don't always post them in order. So I'm going to tell you about what happened to me yesterday and how I almost died and how it could relate to what we're doing today. Yesterday, I was with my brother Pete, and we were about 20 miles that direction camping, set up camping. Well, we visited one of these ruins, and he went on his own today. I'll probably hook up with him in a couple days. And we visited one of these ruins, hard hike. It was a lot of fun, though. Set up camp way up in the mountains. I mean, it was way, way back there. And after a small nap, I got up and I went for a hike. So I hiked around. It was a burned over area. And I found a really cool mine. There's like an old gold mine. You can see part of the shaft was all collapsed, but you see back in it, you see the timbers and stuff. And it's really cool. So I was walking around just kind of at the entrance. So I wasn't going to go in it by myself. I was walking around the entrance, and there was a piece of like rail sticking out of the ground, like a for ore carts, like railroad rail, but small. And I was looking at that and poking around, and then I started to leave. So I left. I'm back to camp. Got Pete the next day. I'm trying to stay out of the wind for you. Got Pete the next day to go up there because I wanted to go in the mine if it wasn't too dangerous. And we were up there kind of looking at it, and I was looking at that piece of rail kind of showing it to Pete. And he said, "Oh, a snake." So I looked down at my feet, basically, and there was a rattlesnake there. It had like 6 or 8 rattles on it. It wasn't a big one. It was maybe 14, 18 inches long. And there's a rattlesnake at my feet, but it was dead. So we kind of like poked at it with a stick, and it was pretty much freshly dead. And the thing is, there's nothing up there that was going to kill that rattlesnake and not take it away. I mean, there were no people, there were no other tracks. No one's been up there for a long time, but there's no tracks. So what happened, as best as I can figure, and I think I'm like 100% right on this, is the evening before when I was looking at that piece of rail sticking out of the ground, I stepped on that rattlesnake, killed it, and didn't even know it. I mean, he might have bit at my boot or something, but he didn't bite me. And I just got really, really super lucky. And the freaky thing is, when I was there, about that time, I don't know if it was exactly there, it probably was. I remember stopping because I heard a buzzing noise that I thought was like honeybees. Then I thought, no, it's a drone. So I'm looking around for this drone. And I bet you I was standing on that darn thing on his head. And he was like, whacking his tail because they make a buzzing noise. I got really close to getting seriously bitten there, and I was by myself, and I don't think Pete even knew where I was at that point. But anyway, as it relates to what we're doing today, up on the top of that mountain, I think there's a ruin. I mean, you can't tell for sure, but I was looking at Google Earth. A buddy actually sent me the link. I was looking at Google Earth and you see 2 round things. It looks like 2 round, stone structures of some sort. And it looked like 2 eyes looking at you. So I got to thinking today, I accidentally killed the rattlesnake. Didn't get killed. And that ruin has snake eyes looking up to the sky. So I'm either going to get really lucky today and find some really cool stuff up there, or that snake is going to curse me and I'm never going to come down. Now, if you're watching this, obviously, I either made it down or someone found the GoPro and posted it. But that's my snake eyes story. Now, I'm going to call this a snake eyes ruin, even though hopefully there's no snakes up there because of the little story yesterday. Let me show you one other thing before I get walking again, because I got to get going. Oh, yeah, before I forget, we're going to go up the side of this ravine here and go up on top. When we come down, we're going to go over on the other side to kind of explore that area too, to see if we can see anything interesting. But before I totally let you go, I want to show you this cool little rock. Isn't that cute? Snake eyes! I just thought of that. It's like snake eyes again. I'm going to keep that for good luck. Hopefully not bad. But this is out of a type of rock called the conglomerate, which you see up here. I just want to show you a piece of it. Isn't that cool? I'd just love to have that at home in your garden. That stuff's all over the place. These are like round river stones from millions and millions of years ago that got cemented together in like mud. And it turned, the mud turned into stone. So it's called a conglomerate, but snake eyes again. 3 snake eyes in 2 days. Hopefully that's a good omen. All right, away we go. So I'm getting closer, but I'm still a long ways away. Take another breather. I'll show you my truck down there, down by the highway. If you look down there, you can see like a camper van, another little white truck. They're going up the road, and if you look below them in the wash, you'll see the little green truck. Well, my ChiggsArmy right about now. Yeah, so that's where I'm parked. And it's getting smaller and smaller. The sun's getting lower and lower. So we gotta get a move on. Let's see if you can see it from here. Oh, I just dropped my binoculars. Let's see if we can show you our progress. Here we go. We're getting closer. I'm watching out for rattlesnakes too. Yeah, so we're getting closer. I mean, that's still a pretty good climb. But we'll be up there before you know it. 1 hour and 25 minutes. It's these big old jumbles of rocks here. And climbing through this stuff, man, is not easy. You really have to pick your way. And of course, it's very steep. I'm trying to go up like on angle and then cut back again and keep doing that. But boy, if I don't twist an ankle before it's over. Getting closer though. Yeah, look over here. The reason I actually stopped here is if you look up in that rock outcrop, we see a little square block like in that hole. It's actually like, looks very wet. There's a lot of algae and stuff on the rocks. So it might be some type of spring. Yeah, before we're getting closer. We'll make it before dark. Not sure about making it down before dark, but we have a flashlight. Whew. Well, we're getting there. I actually have hope that we're going to get there. In fact. Oh yeah. I do this. Wow, what's that? I have to look at that with binoculars. Oh, I'll show you. Look at that face over there. It's got some varnish, desert varnish on it. Looks almost like there might be some designs carved in it. I'll look at it with binoculars. We're gonna go down that way anyway. We'll check out all those little caves and stuff on the way down, but we're gonna get up on top first. Soon. So we're getting closer. But I want to show you something that's really weird. I've never seen out here like this. This is really cool. Look at the lichens glowing on the rocks all the way up. Like it's leading us to El Dorado. Well, El Verde, I guess it would be, but that's really cool. Stuff was like fluorescent. I bet with the black light it would look awesome. I'm gonna bring it with me though. Oh, it's in the truck, but I'm not going down and getting it. Considering it is way down there, just off the tip of the pole on the side of the road. All right, slow going over these boulders. We have to climb up through here, through the little magical forest of, well, I guess forest of magical rocks. I think you're gonna see those again up close. I've just never seen anything like it. It's just super awesome. What a magical place, huh? Oh. That's just so cool. Soon. I was just making a post on Instagram and Facebook and about these lichens behind me. the fact, aren't they beautiful? And I put my stuff away. I just happened to glance over there, and check this out. We were kind of looking at that on the way up. I was pointing out the lichens, but right up on the very tippy top of it, right in there somewhere, there's a little rock wall. There's flat stones that are stacked in a wall, and you can see it's like half of a box I can see from here with the binoculars. Isn't that cool? I don't know if we'll make it up there or not. We'll take a peek at it, but you know, we've got to make sure we get all the way up on top, which we're almost there. We'll rest it up again. Wow, isn't that cool? If you look way up on top, the highest rocks you see are about where the flats start, so we're getting real close. Quite a scramble. I'm just going to show you this because when I first looked at it, it kind of took my breath away. It was just so beautiful with the wood and the texture and the color and that. I just actually exclaimed, wow, that's wild. Wow, that's so cool. I guess we'll have to get up that way. We're getting close. This hill definitely offers some protection. Oh, gosh, I'm not even sure how to go from here. I guess we'll go up that way, see if we can get around. Or maybe up the middle, I'm not sure. Yeah, we're just about on top. I hope it was worth it. I just came up across there. Man, that was a lot harder than I thought it was going to be. Truck's way down there. Boy. All right, hold your breath. Well, I'll tell you, it's beautiful, if nothing else. Whew. I'll keep you running. The GoPro battery's just about dead, so I might have to switch to my phone. Hi. We'll see it together if it's here. Oh, there's something here. Doesn't look like it's gonna be much though. Oh, wow. Jumper snakes. Well, a little square dwelling here. Square all around. Hey. All the walls have collapsed, of course. Wow. I don't see anything that looks like snake eyes. They look like a round, like two round structures. Wow. Yes, it's pretty crumbs. That's probably what I'm seeing. Yeah, these are probably right here. Whew. Wow. I'm turning you off a bit. I'm falling over between the wind and the rocks. All right, let's take a quick look. See over the valley there. Yeah, you got a room here. And there's actually some pottery right here. Look at that. Oh, that's like Anasazi. Look at that. I'll hold on to this for a minute, clean it up for you so you can see what it looks like. But I need to show you the rooms before I lose my battery. It's just about done. I think this structure here was one of the snake eyes that I saw. I don't know if that's somebody's been digging in there or that might just be an animal. Let's look at that real quick. Huh. I can't imagine a person was doing that because it's off a small hole. But yeah, I think that was one of the snake eyes. And I guess it was this one and that one. For Google Earth, looks like two little eyes looking at you. All right, I'm going to turn you off again. I'll show you this in a minute. If I want to look around. Oh, look, it's a marker. That's a USGS marker. There's another one. So after the battery sitting in my pocket for about half an hour warming up, it's lost 5%. So bear with me. I even had to take my mic off because those batteries are dead. Quite cold up here. You can see I'm goose pimply and cold. I wanted to show you the pottery that I found again. This is called Anasazi. It's Anasazi design made by the Anasazi Indians. We'll leave that here. All right, let's go look over here. There's really not a lot to see because there's a lot of undergrowth up here. And some bushes. Thought this was kind of cool here. too. They have these big rocks that they stack going around. Up to here, overlooking the valley. It's a road down there now, but boy, it would have been hard getting up here, wouldn't it? They don't really know why the Indians made these dwellings way up here. They think that it was for protection when things got bad, when the climate was changing, which it did. It got really dry. This is where we kind of came up across that. We'll look at that again in a minute if I have enough juice in the camera, but let's go ahead. I haven't been down here yet. See what this is all about. I wonder if that somebody carved that, if that's a fossil. Could be either one, I guess. Alright. Oh, looky. Can you imagine a whole village being up here, laying on these flat rocks and working and playing and doing their thing. It's amazing, isn't it? Alright. Look at that. Looks like they might have had that walled off, and they definitely had all this walled off here. And this was a room. See the big wall there. Let's look at that real quick. Oh, that's kind of roundish, isn't it? That might have been one of those snake eyes I was seeing. Well, I think it's going to start snowing. Hopefully we can get off this ridge before we get a whiteout. Oh yeah. Kind of a cool rock formation here. See, it's like little waves going across sand. And that's exactly what it is. This was the sea bottom or lake bottom at one time. That's little waves on sand that's hardened and turned into a fossil. I think the journey down is going to be as interesting, if not more, than the journey up. Boy, kind of in a different spot. Trying to avoid that one drop we had, but I might have jumped out of the frying pan and into the fire on this one. Man, it's getting cold too. Really? These are the worst right here. Sticker. Ow! It's stuck in my leg. These little points right here, man, they are super sharp. I got a lot of blood on this trip with those guys. Let's see what we got over here. Ah, snowing. No. Alright, so we made it down to the cool green rocks. We're actually around the side though. Different side than where we came up. I want to try to get down before the snow hits. We're just going to scoot down through these rocks, and I'm not going to climb up and climb up on that thing. There's a wall up on there too, but I'm not going to probably do that today. My fingers are numb. It's getting really super cold. I guess I could have planned this a little bit better and wore a jacket and gloves and mittens and a toboggan. A little bit of everything. It's pretty warm when I started though. That snow coming down there. I'm just glad we're off the top. Ah, man, you just don't think of it snowing like that out here. Here in the deserts of Arizona with all the cacti. I guess it does. And as soon as I got down off the top and out of that wind, it actually got pretty nice. I'm not freezing like I was anymore. Of course, this mountain is blocking the wind, but you see the snow is kind of cool coming down over there. Sheets of it coming down. Man, I gotta get down lower in Arizona where it's warm. I was hoping to see something interesting over here, but I'm not really seeing it yet. That's the top we just came down off of. Of course, you see the green color, which I just think is phenomenal. There you go. Isn't that really cool? All right. I'm down just a little bit further than the last scene where I showed you the top and the snow coming down. And I'm working my way along the edge of this rock face. And there's another part of a dwelling here. So I thought we'd go check that out together and see it for the first time together. If we make it. Alright. You have to try to get beneath this stuff. Ay, ay, ay. Ay, okay. to like crawl on my hands and knees right now. At least the snakes will be in. This is so cold. Should be hiding. Hiding. Alright, let's see what we have. Yeah, some type of little structure. They got the rocks stacked up here. I guess there's a fossil. Sorry, pause right there. It doesn't come tumbling down on top of me. Alright, I'm going to turn you off. Oh, look at that snow. I hate it. I have to get down below Tucson. Maybe by morning. Oh, it's cold. I don't like it. Could be worse. We could be back in Maryland chopping wood. Actually, that might be good right now. Well, one thing I have figured out is that even though the snow is not really sticking, it's making the rocks wet and slippery. So I'm going to have to be extra careful until I get off these big ones. Yeah, it's coming down pretty good now. Look at that. It's actually pretty. It's not that cold. I wouldn't want to sleep out here tonight like this, but I guess we'll be sleeping down there, but we'll be in a snuggly little truck. Nice. Alright guys, I'm going to sign off on this little adventure. You can see the mountain up there. Quite pretty. But we're almost, well, not almost down to the truck, but within half an hour, and I'm not really expecting to see much down here. You know, that sun's going to be really pretty on that hill in a minute. I'm going to get the camera back out when we get a little bit lower. And there you have it, guys. One last peak of the mountain, and I must bid you adios.
You are my lady, my big round baby, and I'll rock you until I go to sleep. She'll shake the coins from your pocket, take your gold chain and your locket. Mother Earth has no sympathy. She'll take the ring from your hand and bury it in the sand and keep it for eternity. Mother Earth, she's got her secrets she's promised to keep, hidden in her dirt or deep in her creek. Mother Earth, she ain't saying exactly what she's saving, where it is or what it might be. Mother Earth, you are my lady, my big round baby. I'll rock you until I go to sleep. She don't care if you're dying or if you're living or somewhere in between. Mother Earth